sure you've heard about 1,000 videos of people talking about how video games or anime changed their lives, even saved their lives. I'm also sure there are people out there who don't engage with either medium and think, how could that change someone's life? Well, I'm making this video today because I'm one of those people. My intention is to reach those people who may not understand why nerds like me are so passionate and emotional about these mediums. And I hope that people who see this, who aren't into games or anime, may consider picking up either medium and giving them a try. This is how video games and anime saved my life. When I was a child, life was very difficult for me. I wasn't like other children, and I couldn't fit in no matter where I went. I've always been very introverted. In fact, from birth until about age 7, I didn't speak very much at all. I was a person of very few words. I wasn't just shy. I didn't like speaking to people very much. I didn't interact much, at home or in school. I could never find anything to captivate me. Things other children found fun, I found incredibly boring. That is until I was 4 years old. We'll come back to that soon. I kinda just always kept my feelings and my thoughts to myself, and honestly that carried on for a majority of my life. For my first day of school ever, there were always other kids who would single me out and pick on me. My entire educational life was full of bullying, from elementary school all the way to high school. From the most tame type of bullying to physical attacks. Home was the only place I felt safe. I use that word lightly though. Safe meaning I'm away from bullies, weird strangers, and crazy people. Though, I guess I should say normal, because the world would say that I'm the crazy one. As I stated earlier, I didn't enjoy things other children did. The first thing that ever made my eyes light up was this cool-looking show called Inuyasha. It was 2005. I was 4 years old, and this was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. It pierced my brain with its beautiful artwork and animation, its amazing voice work and action scenes, its beautiful music and heartfelt moments. This was my introduction to anime. From that moment on, I'd become obsessed with anime, and I wanted to watch as much of it as I possibly could. Luckily, there were quite a few options available to me. My family had old VHS tapes, DVD box sets, and pirated anime series and movies burnt on discs, 2 computers with internet access, a local library that had an excellent arrangement of anime DVDs to check out, and of course, Toonami every single weekend. I was always interested in Asian culture, especially Japanese culture, but anime took my fascination with Japan and Asian culture as a whole to an entirely different level. I began watching as much Eastern stuff as I could outside of anime, but we're here to focus on anime and games for now. Speaking of video games, I had always had an interest in them, but as a child, I wasn't allowed to play them all that much. I was only allowed to watch. I thought they were fascinating. Being able to experience another world and the possibilities such a medium carried drew me crazy with wonder. I'd watch my family members play PC games and console games, and if they were 2-player, I would occasionally be allowed to play a bit. In 2004, I didn't just develop my love for anime, but also my love for video games. It was somewhere around June or July. My older brother said, "I'm going out. You can play my PS2, but you can only play what's in the console. Don't touch anything else and don't erase my game. Play from my latest save." I was excited because at the time we were staying with my grandmother, and there wasn't much access to anime stuff, so I was pretty bored. I'd finally had an opportunity to play a game without guidance or anyone telling me what to do. I could go wild. I turned on the console, hoping the game he'd last played was a cool one. I booted up the PS2, grabbed the controller, and well and behold, the game my brother last played turned out to be 2001's Devil May Cry. my first time playing a video game on my own ever, and it was frickin' Devil May Cry. Its gameplay, world, story, and characters had me so mesmerized. From 2004 and forward, I'd become obsessed with anime and video games. I was able to connect with these two mediums more easily than anything else. Growing up, I dealt with so much anger, sadness, depression, confusion, and trauma. I felt misunderstood and alone. I didn't have many friends. There were years where I had no friends at all. I had escaped my loneliness and sorrow in anime. Inuyasha, Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Steins Gate, Hajime no Ippo are easy ones that instantly come to mind, but there are countless others. I think to the messages each and every anime ever taught me. Naruto taught me about hard work, believing in yourself, and never giving up on your dreams. Dragon Ball taught me that striving to better yourself every single day and working towards figuring out who you really are is what life should be about to a lot of people. Inuyasha taught me about accepting yourself and learning that you don't need to change to get anyone's approval, that you are beautiful just the way you are. Bleach taught me about believing in yourself, learning to love and trust others, to believe that there's a future of happiness waiting for you if you don't give up and learn to lean on others. Learn to open up and share who you are with one another. We don't have to shoulder our pain and sorrow all alone. We can be pure and happy. Steins Gate taught me that even in our plight, our moments of despair, that we should continue fighting, especially if it's to protect who and what we love. It showed me that I should appreciate the moments that bring happiness in my moments of darkness and protect that light at all costs. Hajime no Ippo taught me that I don't have to be anyone but me, and that if I give it all my all, I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. You don't have to be some super talented prodigy or with all the luck in the world. All you need is the people around you to support you and love you and push you forward, and the work ethic to get through your struggles, and the hard work to accomplish your goals, and the guts to fight through the hard times and make it out on the other side a better person than you were before, with all your dreams not seeming so unobtainably big anymore because you realize you can make them a reality. Countless anime have taught me incredible things, and their stories, characters, and beautiful messages have given me hope in the darkest moments of my life. Video games have given me the same thing. Countless days in my life when I'd wanted to self-harm or worse, instead I'd turn on a game. So many games: Metal Gear Solid, Devil May Cry, Onimusha, Silent Hill, Shenmue, Final Fantasy, Yakuza. So many amazing games I can talk about all day. I always felt like I never understood this world, and that it would never understand me. But video games, I felt like I understood them. Even though their worlds were all different and crazy, and in lots of games I've played, awful things happen, but there's a reason to the chaos. I could understand the reasons and how they can be fixed. I could escape my life and live in a fascinating and beautiful world and meet exciting and interesting characters, see and do things beyond my imagination. It was a way to escape the torment of everyday life. Stories and characters across so many of these games I could relate to. The Cat Lady is one of my favorite games of all time. Susan Ashworth is a character I related to so heavily. Life is Strange is another one of my all-time favorite games, and many of its characters, as well as Max herself, I could relate to in many ways. These games taught me dealing with trauma and mental health, and valuing yourself more as a person and giving yourself a chance because you deserve it. Learning to love life again. Those two games in particular saved my life. 2015 was one of the darkest years of my life at the time. It was so bad that I decided I didn't want to be here anymore, that I was going to do something about it. So I attempted to suffocate myself in my closet using a belt in the closet shelf. And as I tied the belt around my neck, a video on my YouTube began to play loudly. I'd forgotten I had autoplay enabled. A video by my favorite YouTuber had appeared on the screen. It was an old Let's Play of the cat lady. It was distracting, so I went to turn it off, but before I could turn off my console, the intro began playing. I froze still, just watching the screen, paying attention to Susan's words, even though I've heard them before. I looked at the title of the video and I thought about everything I remember from that game's story. Was I really going to do this? I remembered everything Susan went through, how she'd felt in the end. Was I really about to take my own life? I began to cry uncontrollably. I changed my mind. I watched the video and it made me want to replay the game again. So I did. And I was so glad I did. I'd wanted to thank the YouTuber for her video getting me to revisit the game, though I was too shy and afraid at the time, so I never did. So today, I give my thanks to the RPG Minx, also known as Manga Minx. She doesn't really upload much solo content these days, but her and her wife regularly stream on a channel called Crinks, or Crinks TV, on Twitch and YouTube. I will link their channel in the description below. I know she technically didn't do anything, but if it wasn't for that video's audio bothering me, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So thank you. She'd also did a Let's Play on Life is Strange that same year, which introduced me to that game. I ended up picking the game up myself, and it became another one of my all-time favorite games ever. Simple in design, nothing special about its gameplay at all, but its world, story, and characters still linger in my thoughts to this very day. It helped me see that the people in your life that are meant to be there are the ones who are there because they love you and care for you, not because they have something to gain. And though those people may not be many, we should do everything in our power to keep those people close to us. But we have to know when to let go. We can't control everything, but we should always do what we can. Video games saved my life. It's the simple truth. Anime saved my life in a different way. It saved my life in a way that on those dark days, in those moments of despair, when I was trapped in desperation and anger, I would turn to anime. Their stories would help me through the moments of my life I couldn't handle or understand. The loss of loved ones, my self-esteem and identity, trauma, breakups, loneliness. It's always been there for me. I think of anime like Welcome to the NHK, a story about a young man named Sato who has been a hikikomori for 3 years. Hikikomori in English translates to shut-in or NEET. It details Sato's struggle with depression and anxiety and finding a place for himself in society. I related so much to this anime and its story and characters, especially Sato. Coincidentally, around the time I watched Welcome to the NHK, I had been a shut-in myself for 4 years. But I'll talk more about that another day. People have many things in their lives that help them through the tough times, whether it's something that entertains us or it's people we love. For me, it was these two incredible mediums. These amazing creations accompanied me through my sadness and my sorrow, and I will never forget what they have done for me. I'll never forget about all the lessons I've learned. They gave me a glimmer of happiness, of hope in my plight. I owe them everything. And if these mediums could help me, I know they could help others as well. Video games and anime have supported me through a long and hard 23 years. And I hope they will continue to support me forevermore. Thank you.